You know how that works. And then, of course, you've heard of Ponzi schemer Bernie Madoff, who swindled his clients out of billions of dollars. But check this out. Many investment fraud cases fly under the radar, and they happen every single week. In just the last month, take a look. A judge sentenced the mastermind of an oil and gas Ponzi scheme totaling $428 million that people were taken for. A Long Island-based investment firm charged with $400 million in fraud. And Scottsdale, Arizona accountant was indicted in a $66 million scheme. So how do you protect yourself from fraud, which is happening every single day out there? Here to tell us how to Ponzi-proof your portfolio is Michael Wall, president of the Wall Financial Group. Great to see you here. Thank you for being with us. It's a good topic because it's happening all the time. It just amazes me that people continue to get sucked into these Ponzi schemes. Why are they so able to pull people in as believers?
You know, it's a great point. Good to see you, Liz. You know, it's all the uncertainty that's going on today. People are scared. They want to move. They want to find something that's better than they're used to, you know. And so they're looking for better opportunities. And I think the biggest thing that pulls them in, quite honestly, is greed initially. They get excited about returns, they get excited about things, and they don't do the due diligence, or they don't go through some ground, you know, steps they need to really take to make sure that the investment's suitable.
Or their idea of due diligence is, oh, I know a guy who's in it, and he's very successful, and he's a good businessman. I mean, that's what happened with Bernie Madoff. All these stars were in there, everyone from Steven Spielberg's foundation to famous chefs out in Los Angeles who just heard from the next guy, can't believe this guy's performance. Oh, and by the way, he won't let you in, or maybe he will. I'll talk to him. So there was the cool factor there. But let's get to the 4 steps people need to take to Ponzi-proof their portfolio. The very first one you talk about is to make sure there's third-party involvement. Please explain to people what that means.
Yeah, Liz, and you know, I think this, out of all of them, is probably the biggest. You know, most of the time when people are in a situation where they're looking for help, they're generally looking for an advisor or a financial coach to help them in life, you know, help them do what they need to do with their finances. Usually what happens is, most of the time when they invest money somewhere, that money doesn't stay at the advisor. It generally goes to a third-party custodian, like a Fidelity or a Schwab or an insurance-based company where the money goes to them. So, you know, we've heard of the term before, cook the books and that sort of thing in some of these schemes. And what they'll do, what they're able to do is they're able to send out statements from the advisor's firm basically saying, you know, this is what your returns have been, and even sometimes give returns to people. So when you have a third-party custodian, there's additional suitability there that makes sure it's suitable for the client. So that's probably the biggest one of it all.
And folks, what Bernie Madoff did was he had his own clearing firm. So you got your statements from Bernie Madoff saying, oh, I bought Microsoft at 19 and now it's 31. It was all fake, completely fake. So look, for example, the guy I'm with, he clears through Charles Schwab. I feel better about that. Okay, number 2, you say track record, double check the returns.
Yep, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about, if it sounds too good to be true, you know, it might be too good to be true. So I think you need to track, you know, what's happened, what's going on, where's the return coming from, and, you know, kind of what's backing it up in general. So that's kind of what we're talking about there. Don't just step in and say, well, this sounds good, just like you said about some of the folks with Madoff and other people. Hey, he's doing it and she's doing it. So track and see where it's coming from.
Okay, but then this is where I disagree with your 4th one, and that says check references.
Yeah.
But, I mean, people did check references. What do you mean by that?
I know. When I say that, it's not. That's probably why it's the 4th one, Liz. It's not a safe fall, if you will. It's just something where you're going to say, hey, you know, if you're going to go out and buy a $2,000 TV, you're going to at least do a little shopping. And I think if you're investing your future portfolio, you need to do the same thing. And in my opinion, it warrants finding 2 or 3 or 4 clients that they can refer you to that they've been with for at least, let's say, 5 to 7 years. At least there's a little bit of tenure there. Again, it's not a safe fall and all that goes with that. But if you do some of the initial steps, like a custodian and some of those other things, at least that, in addition, will help.
These slicksters are good at tricking you, everybody. So go on our Facebook page. We're writing it all out for you, the 4 ways to Ponzi-proof your portfolio. Michael Wall, thank you very much for educating our viewers.
And by the way, Liz, that will be in a chapter in our book coming out in August, just so you know.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. You'll have to come back.
There you go.
Thank you. David, over to you.
Absolutely.